How long is the tablet, but it's still not working?
Oh shit. What's going on TikTok? Come on in. Great.
Look how live with this too.
Yeah. I'll get started. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. Welcome, everyone. Come on through. Welcome to Cooking with Greens. We are doing our dinner. We are back as we always are. We're going to be making a something we haven't made in a while. I got a hold of a couple of duck breasts a few days ago, so we're going to do some duck breasts with a peach hoisin sriracha sauce, and then we're going to also do some confit potatoes and that beautiful duck fat. All right, and then probably a little pea puree. Got to pull out my peas. We're going to do that in a second. Welcome. Come on in. Tap the screen. If you are sharing, please, thank you in advance. Please share. Tap the screen if you're on TikTok. We're going to get started in a second. I'm going to get some things together while you guys are coming in. And before you know it, we're going to have a whole meal.
Welcome.
Welcome.
It's Monday.
Absolutely.
The last day of June.
Yep. If you're not watching this as a
replay. If you are, then it's July 1st.
or another day.
Or another day.
Could be like January 25th or something. Well, welcome. Before we came on, I got some potatoes kind of cut up into some nice little puck sizes so we can have some uniform size confit potato today. You don't have to do this. You can cut it however you like. It is your kitchen. Who's gonna stop you? All right. I just had it in some cool water and some ice just to keep it nice and crispy on the outside. And I want to just pat that all dry with a kitchen towel. Welcome. Excuse our kitchen towel. My Mama Green was washing dishes and she said she could bleach.
No, she did laundry. And
That's what I meant. I said washing dishes, but I meant doing laundry.
We have so many towels you can replace that.
Yeah, we got millions, but I didn't want to throw it away because I'm just like, look, we can wipe things down with it, whatever. But it happened to be in here clean, so I was like, I will use it. Waste not, want not. So, potatoes are tapped. We're going to get started with our cleansing breath. We're going to check out our thought for the day, and we're going to get started, all right? Shout out to Tony, but we do not have the music yet. We will get the music back. Let's count to 3. Let's inhale some cleansing breath. Let's hold it for a second as we are sharing, as we are tapping that screen, and we were going to go ahead and release that stress for the day. All right? So here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's inhale. Let's hold for a second, and let's release. All right, everything good, man?
Yeah, Facebook is doing something stupid. I can't see the comments.
If you can see us on Facebook, let us know. Throw some hearts up there.
It's people up here. I just can't read nothing they're saying because it won't let me see comments.
I'm still here for it.
So I'm sorry, everybody on Facebook.
All right, so I'm going to get a couple of things started. First thing we're going to start doing is getting our confit potatoes together. If you have not seen us do this, we've done it very often. It is our favorite way to have potatoes. It is cooked.
Those are potatoes, not biscuits.
Yes, it is cooked in a I used a food shaper to cut them out. Sometimes they're a little more haphazard. I wanted a little more uniform look on this one. That's all. That's all we did. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting that together. We're gonna walk through this. This is gonna be super simple. Matter of fact, just an added tip, information to this dish. This is one of the dishes that I took with me that was approved for me to use on MasterChef. So this was one of the things that I was going to do in 45 minutes. Probably take a full hour on this one, but this was a 45-minute dish. Actually, I wasn't doing the confit potatoes, but I did do an Asian slaw with this pork. I'm sorry, with this duck and the sauce that I'm making. All right, and the recipe's on our website, so make sure you know that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. We're going to get a little heat on that. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil, just a little. We're going to hit it with a little bacon grease. And yes, we do have some bacon grease in a tub. A little bacon grease. And then I'm going to finish that off with some very rich duck fat. Put that back in there. And yes, pretty much you can buy almost anything at the grocery store. So this is duck fat. I'll get that in there on the bottom. I'm going to make sure everything is nice and melted. And then I'm going to get my taters down. So let's get this a little sizzly first. So what we're going to do is sear. It smells good like duck fat and bacon already. We're going to get a little sear on these potatoes. Going to get a little color on them. And then we're going to get the sauce made. So how's everyone doing?
Did we do the word of the day?
We didn't do the word for the day. Let's do the word for the day real quick too while we're getting that hot. Super quick word for the day. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. That means if stuff keeps happening to you, if you keep repeating the same issues, guess what? You haven't learned what you were supposed to do or what that thing was supposed to teach you, all right? So learn, all right? So you don't have to repeat the same bad lessons, all right? So let's go ahead, get these bad boys in the pan. Start getting some color on them. This is probably a simple way to elevate a simple ingredient like potatoes. Again, like we say often, this is our favorite. Do you like this, babe? Because I always say it's our favorite. Like,
yes. Okay. And I get mad when other people come over and eat some.
What? You hear that, other people? I'm not calling no names. You hear that, other people?
Every time we make it, certain people seem to show up.
My wife said, other people come over. I don't know. So we're going to add a little pink Himalayan sea salt just to the top. Just to the top. While they're cooking here. Just a little bit. But we want to get some flavor in here, but we don't want to take away from the rest of the ingredients that we're going to add here. Just a little salt.
And y'all keep cooking with greens in your prayers, because we had one little tiny sale all day.
Yeah, it was slow today. But it was also Monday, and sometimes Mondays be Monday.
And then Monday.
And it's definitely Monday today. So I'm getting this color on here. While that is doing what it needs to do, I'm going to add some chicken broth to our little sauce pan here, because we are going to cook some peas. Gonna cook some peas. So I'm gonna do a little flavorful pea puree for the dish. So I'm gonna get that simmering a bit, and I'm gonna be pretty liberal with some salt in that too. So let's add a little salt. Okay. We add a little pink Himalayan sea salt. Be careful. Then our potatoes do a thing. Again, these are raw potatoes. I have not boiled them. I just cut them uniform. You guys see me sometimes cutting them by hand. I just decided, let me make some slices. Let me use a food shaper and make sure everything looks nice. Okay? While that is going along, I'm going to put the ingredients for my peach poison sriracha sauce. First ingredient we're going to use, a little onion. I think like about a half of this onion should be fine. All right, use as much as you want. Normally I use clean peaches in the can for this. I just realized when I was pulling everything out that we do not have any clean peaches in the can. But I do have peach preserve. So we're gonna make this with peach preserve,
I thought
okay?
there was some peaches in the jar. I guess Mom must have ate them.
Where in the jar?
In the refrigerator. Yeah, it was like that was yesterday though, so she might have ate them.
Oh yeah. My mama will eat the good little stuff. If she buys it for herself, she eats it. Yeah, I don't see anything in the jar.
Yeah, she ate them.
Yep. But she should. They're peaches. All right. Let's get a little onion going.
Hey y'all, we miss y'all. How y'all been?
Shout out to everyone that saw us at the Black Food Festival this weekend.
At Mount Trashmore.
Yep. It was a great event. Went over well. It was the first annual. I'm sure we'll get an invitation to the next one. Getting a little chopped onion.
And we still have those pots, those pans, that cleaver on sale in our store and online.
Absolutely. All right, got some onion, guys. Let's check out our color on our taters. There we go. See what we got here. Ooh. Ooh, little color. What I want to see. Why? This one ain't doing right yet. We'll leave them, put that in the middle. You know how some of these induction tops can be.
You didn't have it on the far, man.
Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you don't. So move the lighter ones into the inside. We're getting a little color on these potatoes. Again, they are still hard as a rock. They are not cooked, but we're going to finish that off in the oven. I have my oven on at 375, and we're going to finish these comfy potatoes in there, okay? Let that get some more color on it. All right, now let's get back to the sauce. So, the sauce consists of some onion, up to a whole onion, depends on what you want. Throwing that in there. We're gonna throw a little fat. So we're gonna put some cooking olive oil in here. A little bone. We're gonna add a little rice vinegar. We're gonna add, if you have fresh, add fresh ginger. We're just gonna do some dry ginger. A little dry ginger, a little garlic. If you have shallot, use that. We're going to have some hoisin sauce, approximately, I don't know, 3.5 tablespoons to 4. Kind of eyeballing this one, but there is a recipe on the website with the exact measurements, okay? We're going to use some dark soy sauce. You use regular soy sauce. Dark soy sauce has a deeper flavor. Just be aware that your sauce is going to be dark. It's going to be a dark, molassesy color sauce. We're going to add some sriracha. About 3 tablespoons on this. That's almost empty, so guess what I'm going to do? Last bit. Throw a little sriracha on here. And then last but not least, usually our clean peaches, drained and chopped small, alright? Well, we only have preserves, so we use what we have. Chop style, we're going to use our preserves. Okay, we got peach preserves that we got from the grocery store. And I'm going to bring this all to a little simmer. All right?
Yeah, that's a lot too empty. Ooh, sorry.
Put that on the stove.
Sorry for a little earthquake, y'all. I wish y'all could talk to y'all back and forth on Facebook. I do not believe this will not let me talk to y'all.
I'll let that come to a simmer. So, our peas puree is doing what it's supposed to do, so I'm going to leave it alone. Let's see what we're talking about on this other side of these potatoes. Oh, yeah. Some of your favorite potatoes, I'm telling you right now. These will be your fave. Boom. A little bit more color. I'm going to start putting together the broth for this, the sauce. So pretty much the method is that you get some raw potato, you cook it, get some color on there. We're going to add broth to this, and we're going to season it to heck, because guess what's going to happen? They're going to go in the oven, and they're going to absorb all that liquid, that broth and those flavoring, and you'll end up with the remaining oils. So the oils will be all that's left. So we're going to go ahead and start adding some ingredients in here for that. I'm going to do like I did last time and add some bouillon because I like the flavor of that.
Are you adding chicken broth to it too?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you mix the bouillon with the chicken broth then? That way you don't have to worry about trying to stir it up in there.
Because now I have to get another thing to mix up. But
You already got 10,000 dishes, it don't matter.
I don't know. I want it just enough to cover it too. And
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
how much that's going to take.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, unfortunately, sorry. And then guess what? We don't have that much left, so we're going to use the rest of it.
We running out of everything, y'all. That's the last of everything we should be using it in.
We got to go to the grocery store again. And a little bouillon in here with some broth. We want to add the broth till it's just about covering those taters.
Yeah, just enough of
I
that.
could probably use a teeny bit more. I will. A little bit more because I want all that flavor in here. Let's see. And I want it to have enough time to cook all the way down. So we're going to add.
Don't you squish some in there? You get all the little
That's what I'm
bits.
going to do. Good idea, boo. So wifey said, get some in here. Want to add a little bit of our seasonings too, because you know what? Our seasonings just make it better. So we're gonna add a little of my onion, black pepper.
If you got your order, I'm glad to hear it. We don't mind sending out more orders. Y'all make some orders. I don't mind.
A little no salt, onion, black pepper. A little of our no salt Italian. Really a little bit. Of our no salt Italian. And I want to put a teeny bit of our garlic herb. Just because, why not? Garlic herb blend. That thing is simmering just like I want it. We're going to throw it in the oven. Oven is at 375. Okay, Google. 20 minutes out.
Sure, 20 minutes. And we're starting now.
All right. So I'm going to give this a little whisk to make sure all my puree and everything has been incorporated.
And if y'all get a minute, just hit the like button and the share button. We appreciate it. Tap those 3 buttons on the bottom. Or the side, or wherever they are. Oh, those 3 buttons on the bottom.
Give it a little taste to it. Use a little more sweet. I'm gonna add a little bit more poison.
You just strong.
Child-proofed it, yeah. A little more hoisin sauce, guys.
Where did you get the spices from?
They're from our shop. They will be back available hopefully by tomorrow.
No.
What?
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
By Wednesday, I'm sorry. Well, tomorrow if you're watching this on Tuesday. So I'm gonna let that cool
Well,
a
the
little
spice
bit.
rack we sell in the store. They're on sale for $35.
I set that on the stove. All right.
It said it's pinned below in the shopping bag.
Next thing we're gonna do. Got some duck. I have been aging this duck in the refrigerator for 3 days. So it is a technique just to kind of pull out the moisture and to concentrate the flavor of duck. If you like duck and you do not like it super, because it's super greasy, this is a good way to prepare it. I'm gonna show you how to do that. 1 second, let me just wipe this off. Let's turn this all the way down to low. So, dry aging. So we took this duck, kind of cleaned it up real nice, patted it dry, and I stuck it in the refrigerator with nothing covering it. Because I wanted that air to get around it, and I wanted all the moisture as possible to be kind of scraped off of this, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and I'll show you how to prepare that. We're going to take one of our knives and we're going to score it. Yeah, Mom got these everywhere.
Yeah, I gotta go.
So we're going to take the breast and I want to just be very gently, and I want to do like a cross design here. So a cross hatch design, I'm sorry. I am cutting just through to the fat. I'm not trying to cut into the skin at all. We want to get some nice crispy skin on this.
You had me at crispy.
Boom. Second piece is going down into the fat, not through the skin, if at all possible.
Not through the skin? Or
Not through, I'm
the
sorry,
meat?
the meat, if at all possible. Sorry, guys. Okay, boom. So we got these two pieces, good to go. We're going to season that. We're going to just use a little pink Himalayan sea salt, and I'm going to be liberal with it. And some of our onion black pepper, same kind of blends that we were using on the other portion of the meal.
On the potatoes.
Yep. I'm just patting it a bit. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. A little onion black pepper. Boom. And a little pink Himalayan sea salt. Now the one technique, pretty much once you kind of get it dry aged like this, it's kind of dry to touch, very little moisture left in there. Other than seasoning it lightly, you're going to use this technique to cook down your meat. You're going to start off with a cold pan. I know a lot of people say, you know, if you're using meats and you're trying to do a sear, make sure the pan is searing hot. For a duck, you want to do the opposite, because if you make it searing hot, it will seal in all of the fat. What we want to do is to slowly start rendering this fat down. So I'm going to place these pieces in, skin side down, and I'm gonna start at the lowest temp. So if I was on an open stove, I would start at the cold and then slowly start up in the temperature. So we're gonna turn this on, and we're gonna go to the lowest temp, which is 140 degrees. I'm gonna slowly start rendering this. So we've got a cold pan, nothing else in here. You don't have to add any kind of fats or anything like that, because you have a very fatty piece of bird that's going to do just fine without any additional fats, I promise you. Yeah, I'm going to have to add some more broth in here. So, I got like some boiled stock with salt in there. That's all we added in here. I'm going to get some frozen peas out of the fridge. I think we have. Yep. That's some frozen sweet peas. Probably should have took those out so it wasn't as frozen. And we're going to add this to the boiled pan here. We're going to make a little pea puree. Super simple, flavorful pea puree. We're going to turn this back to boil. We're going to add our peas in here. And I'm going to blanch those for maybe 3 minutes. As soon as it comes back to boil, it cools down a bit. So we added it up a little bit. I'm going to turn it up a little more. So you're going to slowly get this thing to piping hot, so that we slowly start to melt that layer of fat. So how's everyone doing? Hopefully good. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for tapping that screen. Thank you for sharing this camera. All right, I'm starting to hear a little light sizzle, a little light sizzle. You want to turn that heat up a teeny bit more. So this is the technique that you want to do when you're using duck. When you're rendering and you're trying to cook it crispy and not greasy, okay? We're going to turn it up a little more.
I remember last time we even had that.
Maybe it's a bit.
It's been a minute.
It's been a nice little minute. We'll turn it up a little more. You start hearing a little more sound going off here. As we're getting a little rendering going on. We're slowly heating up that fat layer in the skin. If we had shocked it, hit it with a hot pan, yeah, we would have got some color on there, but the grease would have stayed really, the meat would have stayed super greasy. We do not want that. So it's already created its own fat for the pan.
We only got 2 pieces because Mama Green does not eat duck.
Yep. She don't eat duck and she don't eat chickens that poop out eggs, whatever.
And she just got her food right before we came on.
Yeah, she just said, I'm starved. And did something about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she ate, but she was over there
Got a plate full of something.
with her back to it. So I'm going to turn it up a little more. Okay, so now I'm up to 300. While that's going, I'm trying to get my my peas a second to at least come to boil. And we're going to plug in our little food processor. We're going to puree these bad boys. I'm going to make sure everything's in here right. Feels like it's not. Okay, cool. If you don't mind, madame.
Just not gonna reach.
I'll move this over a little bit. So now we got the pan at 300. As you can see, the fat is starting to render off of that. The other thing that you have to remember is that this was in the fridge. You should have took it out. My wife told me to take it out, and then it was too early, and I forgot to take it out again before we went live.
So it should be room temperature?
Any kind of meat that you really want to get a great sear on, you should probably get it close to room temperature as possible, so that you're not heating up a super cold piece of meat. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more. So, you want to cook this probably to 130. I probably would cook this over 135, just because it is duck. Chicken is 165. So you want the internal temp to be somewhere around there. It should be served about medium rare. I know y'all like, oh no. Should be served medium rare.
I don't think I've ever cooked duck in my life. I can tell you right now, my children were not raised on duck.
Nope.
And neither was I.
You gotta get out more, babe.
Was y'all raised on duck?
I wasn't either. Oh, you asking me or people online?
You.
No, don't.
How many of y'all out there was raised on duck? I mean, you probably had it during holiday, maybe Easter.
Into the Asian restaurant or something like that.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I had duck was from an Asian restaurant. Someone bought it for me.
So, we got these blanched for a few minutes. Trying to get a little bit more, because I know that center is probably still kind of cold.
So does that have to go in the oven, or that's done
No.
once you cook it?
You can put it all on here. Again, I did not do a good job taking it out, so it is not anywhere near. So I'm probably going to put it in the oven. Let's put this in the oven, guys. What's going in the oven? To finish off. Alright, so while that's happening, we are going to do our puree. Okay? We're going to grab our peas that we cooked in some chicken broth and some salt. We gave it a light blanch, a few minutes. Gonna throw those in here. It's a good little way to make peas. Kind of change it up a little bit for you. Gonna add about a knob of butter. Excuse me, guys.
A knob is a measurement?
Yeah, that's gonna be the measurement today. Maybe a tablespoon or so. I can always add more. Actually, I will. Boom. You're gonna stop me, right?
So a little bigger than the knob, y'all.
About 2 knobs. 2 knobs and a half. And I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little. I'm gonna add some of that chicken broth in here. A little bit at a time till we get to the right consistency. A little more. butter. Well, guess what? Ooh, I can do it, right?
Yeah, it's your kitchen. Who gonna stop you?
Who's gonna stop me, baby? So I add a little bit of more butter. We are using plant-based butter for anyone who's asking.
But if you want to use real butter, that is your kitchen.
Absolutely your kitchen. A little bit more butter. I think I'm gonna put maybe 1.5.
I'm trying to figure out how many knobs this is now.
Look, don't worry about how many now.
How many knobs is this, y'all?
About 2.5 knobs.
I thought we was already at 2.5 knobs.
I'm gonna give it a little taste.
Should that be the consistency of like pea soup or thinner?
It depends on how you want it. If you want it chunky, what I don't want is chunky. So I am going to strain it. I'm gonna add a splash of lemon juice, just a little acidity.
Ooh, a little freshness.
Never hurt anybody. A little bit of lemon juice. That lemon's gonna bring that flavor of the green beans out. The green beans.
Green
Peas
peas
out. And then what we're gonna do is just get a little strain on this. Let's look. That's right on. All right, so let's go ahead. What are we looking like? And strain this out. Let's find something to put it in first. How about this? Kind of see this. Cool.
Is that gonna be big enough?
I'm gonna get enough for now. So we're gonna get a little bit of this. Pull this up. And get this, pour it out, and kind of strain through this little sieve.
I'm sorry I can't say all these words.
Just so we get a smooth sauce, that's all. Trying to get all the pea shells and the meaty pieces out.
I'll make me a pea soup out of that.
So I want the sauce to be smooth. So it's a great consistency. Just kind of pressing it through so we get all the flavor and none of the texture. More. I'm gonna leave this like this. I'm gonna save some for it too.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Okay. I got you. Okay, Google, stop. What's he talking? We'll get a teeny bit more just so we have enough for both plates. And then, whoa, then we're gonna finish up everything else. I think we should be close to being done. How you looking on the time, boo?
Quarter till. I mean,
Oh, wow.
like this one
45
just to
minutes.
fall.
Not bad. Again, just pressing that through, trying to get a good consistency sauce. That is a great plating sauce.
Oh,
You mean to do
no.
that? That's okay. That's what this is for. Okay. Cool. I'm good with that. Move this out of the way. See what we looking like in the oven. Check the temp on these guys.
Stand up.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay. You think
Unplug
this?
it. Oh, you got it?
Thank you. I think so. Get this out of the way. Let's get ready to plate this guy. Oh shoot. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get ready to plate this. Elements together. Cool. All right. Let's let this sit for a second too. Where's my Let's get outside.
How was the potatoes looking?
They're good. They're ready to come out. Boom. The duck. The duck. We're gonna get our taters out. Check them out. Yep. They're good to go. Turn that off. Let's plate. Let's plate.
Y'all ready for the plating?
I feel like I want to play this. Ram. Play with these guys today. Boom. All right. Let's get a little bit of cut on these. Listen to that. Y'all hear that? Got a nice crispy skin. A little bit over what I wanted it, but it's okay.
Ain't that hot on your fingertips?
Everything's hot on my fingertips. Y'all never stop me. It's a little more than, it's about more medium than where I wanted it. I left it in there a little too long. Okay. But it's still gonna be good.
Of course it is.
Okay.
This is a nice fancy little meal you can make for a date night.
Absolutely.
Surprise your girlfriend or your wife.
I know some of y'all got birthdays and anniversaries and whatnot coming up. Or maybe it's just a special I love you boo day.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know why,
A
babe?
pound cake and some strawberries and whipped
I love
cream.
you,
There's
boo.
dessert. I love you back.
Okay, boom. There's our duck. Trying not to taste it. All right. Get rid of this on the plate. Oops. Ready?
Did you finish the duck?
Huh?
So all that juice came out the duck?
Because I should have let it sit for a few minutes, but you know I'm trying to hurry up and finish. So let it sit for a couple more minutes, but it's alright. It's gonna be still good. And we're gonna eat it right now, so go. We are going to get our taters.
Over here.
Thank you. James came out beautiful. Of course.
They never disappoint.
Never.
You should try these potatoes. They're very good.
Yeah, that's my favorite way they have potatoes. Remember we cooked that in some duck fat,
Bacon fat.
bacon fat, pretty much a fat. It's a fat. It's a fat thing.
It's a fat thing. And then the chicken broth and the seasonings.
Right. Well, you know what? I just realized I don't have no parsley or any kind of microgreens or anything like that. That's okay.
Oh, we got preserves.
Yep.
The sauce.
I know, but I'm just thinking about adding the preserves.
Yeah.
More color. So we're gonna add some of this peach, hoisin, sriracha sauce on the duck. Beautiful crispy duck. And again, use real peaches. Don't be like me. I actually forgot them, so it's whatever. Clean my plate. My juices are literally coming off of this thing, man. Again, don't rush your food. Don't be like me. Be better than me. I didn't think it was gonna come out like water.
And that took less than an hour.
I guess we're gonna eat it. What you think?
I would like to eat it.
Damn, what you got some parsley? Oh, we do. I think this parsley is dead. I really need usually I like for some microgreens, like some good colors on it. You know what? Maybe a little bit of this. A little bit. And then get rid of this.
It smells amazing.
Tastes even better. A little bit of something on here. A little bit of something on here. Yours looks the best though.
That's the one we'll take a picture with.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Boom. There we go. Y'all come look at it. Don't tell.
I'm not. That's you. You.
Mine is a mess, but
You.
it's close. Let's taste. All right. We're gonna get into this. See how it tastes. See what Nita thinks of it, and then we're gonna let you all go on about your way. So thank you in advance for all the tapping of the screens and the gifts and comments that we might have missed or may not have missed.
Yeah, because unfortunately Facebook was Facebooking.
Yeah.
I can't taste mine.
There we go. We Father, give us food we're about to eat and nourish our body. In His name, amen. right, let's get some of this and the pea broth. Okay. I don't know if potatoes don't get that.
Right, no, they good.
Yes, sir.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
it.
finish it off with a little finishing salt on here.
You need more salt?
No, I'm talking about just for the potatoes. Good. Delectable. Delicious, guys. Super simple, super easy, elevated.
Take a little tail out of there.
I'm good. I'm good, right?
Oh, these are good.
Delicious, super delicious. Pea puree is delicious. That's good. Delectable.
You're gonna eat the whole middle for y'all.
We love y'all. Make this. Recipes on the website. Like we always say, from our plate,
From our
from our heart to your plate. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
It looks good right now.
Delicious. Delicious.
Y'all going for one last look. Y'all let them go in for one last look.
We'll take a little photo.